As creatives, burnout can be devastating because it's keeping us from being in our unique God-given gifts and creating the way that we want to be creating. So in this video, I am going to share a little bit of how we can reframe our thinking around burnout and what you can do if you have found yourself in a season of burnout. If you're feeling burned out, I want you to know that first off, you are not alone. You are not alone in your burnout. This is something that is normal. This is something that happens a lot. And in our society, burnout is often like a badge of honor. This idea that we need to keep pushing ourselves, that we need to work harder and go further to achieve success or to achieve results. This is what leads to burnout most often. And so it can be easy if you've been pushing yourself, whether it's been in other areas of your life or it is within a sort of your creative space, whether that's a hobby or you work in your creative field. It can be easy to find ourselves in a place of burnout and not fully realize all the little things that it took for us to get there. And so that's a challenge. That is a challenge that we can overcome, but we're not alone in that. I think a lot of people are feeling this burnout or have felt it in the past. I'm wondering what the overlap is between depression and burnout. I feel like if you're burned out, it's not because of depression, but if you're depressed, you're probably also burned out. Maybe it's something kind of like that. I don't know. My point is sometimes my burnout, or we experience burnout through circumstance. Like we're just in a fast pace and it has nothing to do with sort of a depression or like a chemical imbalance. It really is just the pace. We're tired. We need a break. The expectations that are on us are way too high. So we can think about burnout in a couple of different ways. There's been seasons where I have been working really hard and I'm tired. And that can be in work areas and personal life. I've just put myself in seasons where I'm just doing too much and that leads me to burnout. And when I'm burned out, of course, as creatives, we're not able to create. We have to pause. We have to cease from creating, at least at the pace that we want to be and at the level of enjoyment that we wish to have. And we have to reorient and rediscover why we do what we do as creatives. So that's what's at stake if we can't figure out this burnout problem. We need to be able to figure it out because potentially you experience burnout to the point where you don't want to create anymore. You don't want to show up as a creative and show up in your unique God-given gifts. And that's a huge problem because the world needs you and needs your art. We need you to be showing up and be creating, and burnout keeps us from doing that. So you're burned out, but I think burnout is normal in the sense that it happens to everyone or it can happen to everyone. I also think burnout doesn't have to last forever. And this is kind of the thing I'm most excited to talk through in this video. Often when we're in that season or that state of burnout, it feels like we're done. It's like, all right, that was a good run. My life is over. We get into this such a negative mindset that we're like, nothing will ever be the same. It's possible that could happen. Like your burnout causes you to readjust your lifestyle so much that nothing is ever the same. I know there's a lot of professionals that kind of talk about this idea with burnout in their professional life, where after that, they were like, nothing was ever the same. That could happen. When I'm talking about burnout in this instance and thinking about it through the lens of creativity, I'm more thinking about how we can often go too hard in other areas of our lives. And then when we try to show up for ourselves and show up in our creativity, we're not able to. We're not able to bring our best selves, our best ideas. So that burnout doesn't always last forever. Even though it might feel like it, it's not going to last forever. And I want to bring in this idea of success. Success, we have different definitions of what that is. And so for creatives, what could that look like? For some, that might look like you are not failing. The amount of times that you fail or give up decreases. And that is the mark of success. as people, we are not perfect. And so success under that definition is impossible. We're never going to be perfect. We're never going to not fail anymore. So I like to think of success as the ability to get up. And how often or how quickly do you get after a failure? If you've failed in the past and you're like, well, I'm just going to give up. I failed on this thing. I'm feeling burned out. I am not going to create anymore. And maybe you go for months or years without being in your creative gifts. Success to me looks like you experience a failure, you experience something difficult, you're in a season of burnout, or you're experiencing just a lack of wanting to be in your creativity. Getting up the next day and saying, nope, but I'm going to do it anyways. That to me is how I think we should define success. Success is our ability to get up quickly after a failure. Maybe instead of waiting for a week or a month to get back to your creativity, you're back at it the next day. Even though you are not feeling good about doing it, it's showing up for yourself because you know that this is what you want to be doing. This is really important for you in your life. That's what I think success looks like or should look like for us as creatives. And so when we're feeling burned out, we can push against that and go, okay, success isn't, I shouldn't feel this way. Success is, what do I do after feeling this way or in the middle of feeling this way? So let's end this video. We'll talk through a couple of solutions to burnout. This is not an exhaustive list. This just may be something to kind of ignite an idea in your mind. If you're feeling burned out and you want to get back into your creativity, here are some solutions to help you with that. So number one would be kind of falling in line with this idea of success and getting back up is just to push through. Maybe you are in a season of low energy, you're experiencing burnout, you just don't have the desire. Maybe you just need this encouragement to say, hey, do it anyways, get up, because only you can create the art that you are going to create. Only you have the ideas that you can come up with. And so the world needs your art. Just get up and do it. Number two solution would be think about your environment. Fix your environment. I was watching an Instagram reel and they were talking about how our environment is often what sort of triggers our actions. And often we're trying to just brute force our behavior when our environment is actually influencing that behavior, which I thought was a really interesting idea. And so I think that can be true for our creativity. When we're feeling burned out, when we're feeling low energy, we're feeling like we don't want to show up, what is your environment doing? Does that look like changing your environment? Maybe if you paint, does that look like going into the park to paint instead of sitting at home painting? Does it look like going on a short weekend trip, getting out of town for the weekend, changing your environment, getting a new perspective on life? It can be as simple as when you're feeling burned out, going on a walk. Changing our environment can be really helpful for us when we're feeling burned out and we don't want to create. And the last solution would be go get some inspiration. Go out and experience someone else's art that can encourage you. Maybe it's as simple as putting on your favorite movie, listening to your favorite album and dancing to it. Just getting out of, sort of the normal way that you are perceiving art and other artists in this season. Get a new inspiration. Go to a museum or some art installation that you haven't been to yet and just experience that. Sit in that for a little bit. Put your phone away. Don't get distracted. Experience art in a new and unique way. I think that can often just jolt us out of maybe the monotony, or when we're feeling burned out, we're just saying, why even create? Is it even worth it? I think experiencing something new like that can help us. Well, thank you for watching. I would love to know where this lands with you. How does this help you on your creative journey? That's what I love to do. My name is Tristan, and I'm just passionate about helping other creatives discover their unique God-given gifts and walk in their giftings. So thank you for watching and stay creative.